In this video, I'm going to cover how a Weedtuber has his lungs collapse because of the amount of blinkers he was taking. But first, if you're not, stop being a butthole Steve. So to give some context behind who I'm talking about, Ruben Smokes is a Weedtuber with over 25k subscribers, and I would categorize him as like an up and coming Weedtuber. I feel like you're going to hear a lot more about Ruben Smokes in the next 1 or 2 years. Like, he's going to become a lot bigger than he is now. And if you don't know who Ruben Smokes is and you're unaware of what type of content he makes, his main focus of content is cart, which you can see how that led to his current situation that he's in now. Now, I know I'm a little late to be talking about this. A few other people have made videos on it, like the biggest one being Cupins. He made a video on it, and some people don't know about the situation, so I think it's still worthy of talking about. So he came back with a video explaining what happened to himself and like if blinkers caused what happened and if he's going to continue smoking after that. And in the video he explains how because of the amount of blinkers he was taking and because he was kind of buying sketchy carts that he got blisters on his lungs, and because of a night of like partying and drinking, that kind of stuff, he had a hangover and he was dry heaving and coughing, and it made the blister pop. And when a blister pops in your lung, it like makes your lungs shrink, okay? And because of that, he couldn't get air in his lungs, and he couldn't get a lot of air in his lungs. Here's a short clip of Ruben talking about it.
What I mean when I say a collapsed lung is not that your fucking lung falls down into your stomach or it just falls, or that's not what a collapsed lung is. A collapsed lung, when you have your lungs like this and your lung just gets smaller. So these are normal lungs. This was what my left one looked like, just smaller, right? So what had happened was that I had a blister. This is what the doctor explained to me once I was in my room. I had a blister on my left lung, for example. All that coughing, most likely, the straining of me coughing and just dry heaving, popped it, right? Popped it. So it was letting a lot of air get in, but none of it was getting out. So it was just getting compressed. So compressed, apparently, that it had shifted my heart slightly to like the left or right, along with my diaphragm.
Also in the video, he talks about how people should just chill on the blinkers, which I agree. People should really chill on the blinkers. You should switch over to the bud if you can. And if you do it occasionally, like take blinkers occasionally, like it's okay. It's about as bad as taking a big ass dab or a big ass bong rip. So like if you're doing it occasionally, it's okay. But if you're doing like fucking 6 or 7 blinkers a day, like it's gonna catch up to you eventually. Like I don't know when, but it's gonna catch up to you. And also, if you're buying carts in an illegal state, you're most likely buying fake carts. I don't care if it's a reputable brand or it's the homie or like someone that really knows their shit. Like it's probably fake. If you're smoking glow carts, Muhammad's, fucking Big Chief, Rove, fucking anything like that, it's fake. Anything in illegal states where you don't have no dispensaries, it's probably fake. If you don't want to hear it from me, hear it from the person who had their lung collapse because of this shit.
I genuinely believe that I must have formed those blisters because of the amount of blinkers and the amount of vaping that I've done with my pen. Because I used to do nothing but vape the pen in the beginning. And who knows what I was doing with smoking in the beginning too. Taking metal blinkers, like honestly not thinking it could happen to me. Because bro, we've all heard the stories. Oh my God, this vaping kid got his lung collapsed. We've heard it. A couple years ago when vitamin E, I've heard these stories. And I'm like, it's not gonna happen to me, fuck not. I want to start a little bit of a movement. You know, let's stop taking these blinkers. Let's stop copying these horrible fake ass cards. Let's stop going to Juan for a $20 card, for a $30 card. When I tell you that the pain that is associated with it is not worth it, it's not, bro.
And hey, if you don't know who Ruben Smokes is, go sub to him. He makes fire ass content. Let me know what you think about this, and do you take blinkers? Until next time, peace!
That's truly, I pull up and shit get mookie. I fuck the cleaner like doofy. Switch it up. I'm feeling some type of way. True. Got me a hug both way. Start a little friend over